kills 20 fishermen in Borno State. Boko Haram kills 20 fishermen in Borno State. And Attaq foiled in Kano. These are on the front page of Nigerian Tribune. Late General Sani Abacha said, if insurgency lasts more than 24 hours, the government has a hand in it. That's late General Sani Abacha, our former military head of state. And I seem to agree with him on this. I have this opinion that this insecurity in Nigeria may have the hands of some top people in Nigeria. Remember, our viewers, you must remember, somebody said in Nigeria that an attack against Boko Haram is an attack against the North. It was reported on Nigeria that an attack against Boko Haram is an attack against the North. And we saw how Boko Haram under President Goodluck Ebele Aziko Jonathan, who said that my government is being infiltrated by Boko Haram. Jonathan said it. And then we saw how Jonathan, we saw his, for the first time, an Igbo man became Chief of Army Staff, General Ejirika. We saw this man's success against the Boko Haram. We saw how people from the North said that Jonathan is taking the civil war effect. What happened in the civil war is avenging for the Igbos against the North. Under pressure, Jonathan had to remove Ejirika as the Chief of Army Staff. We saw this thing happen in Nigeria. We saw a lady, an Air Force lady here that was reportedly killed by accident in the military barracks. The question is very simple. Who has sponsored this Boko Haram? This is a very simple question. Who is sponsoring Boko Haram? Who are those that may be behind Boko Haram in Nigeria? Are they bigger than the government? How did we get here as a nation that group of people cannot be eliminated in more than 10, 11, 12 years? How can we say we are a sovereign nation and a ragtag, to me, the ragtag Boko Haram now, ISWAP, ISIS? What are you talking about? I keep saying this. If the Boko Haram were to be from the east, in my opinion, they would have been decimated. You see what is happening currently now in the eastern part of Nigeria? Even innocent people are reportedly called IPOB, and they have been arrested and eliminated. Why can't that same energy be used to decimate Boko Haram? We saw Chad, a country, Chad, how Idris Deby, their former president, led the onslaught against the Boko Haram. I saw what happened to them. Then how can Boko Haram now be challenging the status quo in Nigeria? How can Boko Haram now be taking territories? Now you're hearing they are now ISWAP in Nigeria. How did we get here? Northern leaders. We thank God for the southern leaders now. I'm talking about southern leaders in Yoruba land. How 10 Boko Haram were reportedly arrested in Osun State. This is supposed to be a very, very good development to the Yorubas. 10 Boko I revealed their name. 10 Boko Haram suspects were reportedly arrested by the Nigerian forces in Osun State the other day. DSS also reportedly arrested some of them while planning evil in Yoruba land. These are what we should tell ourselves. How can we say we are a sovereign nation and we are being threatened by ragtag armies in Nigeria? I will never forget that word from Abacha. If insurgency lasts more than 24 hours, the government has hand in it. This same Boko Haram reportedly kidnapped Chibok girls. And after the Chibok girls, after they were rescued, some of them, they could not even speak English. And Chibok girls are supposed to be prepared for examination. And in my opinion, I said then, this Chibok girls is a hoax. It's just a film. There's nothing about it. Chibok girls to me is a film. That's my opinion. Chibok girls is a film. It's a movie. A poorly acted Hollywood script. That's my opinion about the Chibok girls then. That all these are shenanigans that we are used to remove Jonathan then as a president. Bring back our girls. Okay, are the girls back now? After 8 years of a former military general in Nigeria. Oh, one and indivisible Nigeria. Nigeria unity should not be threatened. But then Boko Haram are claiming territories. imposing levies. Look at what now. There's a good news now that the Nigerian army are reportedly closing in on Bello Turji. That's a very good news coming from Zamfara State. We must give kudos to the military on that. That they are now reportedly closing in on Bello Turji, and that it seems that his days are over. I'm very happy with that news. Very good. That same effort should be used on the Boko Haram. I don't want to hear anything like repeated bandit anymore. I don't want to hear anything like repeated Boko Haram. Nobody that have killed. Let now. Somebody killed a man. He makes his wife a widow. Somebody kills a woman. He makes the husband a widower. Somebody kills husband and wife. He makes that children orphan. At the end of the day, you now say that person is a repentant terrorist. We can't continue like this. Repentant who? After killing families, after burning down villages, they have not repented. We can't say we want to move as a nation and you're hearing that kind of a strange language. Repentant bandits, repentant Boko Haram. How would they repent? After the soil life and property of the people? No. They should face the wrath of the law. That is how a nation moves forward. Where nobody seems to be above the law. There are no two ways about it. We all want Nigeria to move forward. Like I always say it on air. Anyone else who come, if I do anything, I'll be arrested today. Why does it say that some people are above the law? We saw a bandit on TikTok. A bandit on TikTok collecting ransom live. We saw MBS said over 2.30 trillion has been used to pay for ransom to the bandits. How did we get here as a nation? How did we get here as a nation? Because we can't say we want to move forward and then some people seem to be a region seems to be above the other region. One region seems to be above another region. One people are born to rule, the other region cannot rule. In a united Nigeria. How did we get here as one Nigeria? We can't continue like this as a nation. Our leaders, President Tinubu, on the issue of security, I must give you a thumbs up. Now we are no longer hearing repentant bandits again. No more Boko Haram, no more repentant bandits. President Tinubu, thumbs up to you. We must continue like this. Nobody should be above anybody. For the first time, we are seeing the middle belt and now saying, no, we are no longer part of the north. Good morning to them. For the first time, President Akito said, Yorubas are not tired of one Nigeria. Well, is it good morning to the Yoruba people? I cannot speak more on that. Because Yoruba people, I don't think they are tired of one Nigeria. Nigeria seems to favor them and the Fulanis. The only people that are tired of one Nigeria are the Igbos. So those Igbos who say they are tired, I can understand. But Yorubas and Fulanis, no, they are not tired. Nigeria favors Yorubas and Fulanis. There's nothing anybody can talk about that. They have held their position. After Fulani, Yoruba, after Yoruba, Fulanis, after Fulani, Yorubas. Jonathan became a president by is it miracle or by luck or by accident? It was not in the planning, in the grand scheme of things in Nigeria. Boko Haram cannot be killing and declaring caliphates in Nigeria. Borno State used to be the home of peace. We must not forget, Borno State used to be the home of peace. Then, in the 70s, in the 60s, as a Nigerian, even in the 80s, you can travel from here to anywhere. There was relative peace on the road. Can you even travel from here to is it Ibadan? Without having that fear of not being kidnapped by bandits, Boko Haram, or the kidnappers. I said, SAIG, Akim Odumosu's wife was kidnapped. SAIG. What is the hope for you and me if SAIG's wife was kidnapped in Nigeria? To an average citizens, they are disillusioned by the nation. Only the rich people are enjoying one Nigeria. The rich getting richer, the poor getting poorer. How did we get here as one Nigeria and as a nation? Then how then do we go forward? How do you say we want to go forward? And some people seem to be above some people. One region seems to be above the other region. We say no to that. Boko Haram should be decimated. And President Tinubu, please, we want this your political will. Out of political will. And I'm happy that Chief of Army Staff is from Southern Kaduna. Let me ask you a question. When last did Southern Kaduna ask this kind of how do I put it, this kind of insurgents from bandits? Because the Chief of Defense Staff is from there. So I'm very happy with that. So let them decimate Boko Haram. Good morning, sir. This is on the front page of the Vanguard this morning. Which says that let me show our viewers something here. Said, look at it here. Said, IPOB, IPOB, Tinubu commends Finland for Simon Ekpa's arrest this morning after the finish after they met. What are your opinion about what Tinubu just spoke yesterday? After he was thanking the Finnish ambassador for arresting Simon Ekpa. What are your opinions this morning, sir?
Well, it's very clearly that the president wants to be seen to be president of Nigeria. You know, he doesn't want to create an impression of his perception over activities that have led to the presence of IPOB within Nigeria. There is something that led to the presence of IPOB in Nigeria. One, IPOB is a registered organization, a self-determination organization recognized by United Nations. Nigeria is just playing politics with all these things. Recognized by United Nations, registered. That is one. You cannot tell me that bandit, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, another was registered by United Nations. There was nothing like that. So it tells you that there is something behind the scene. Now, the question is IPOB the only nation in the world that attacked IPOB, a terrorist organization, is Nigeria? I am not surprised that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is towing that land, because we have seen that he looks like someone who has deep reservation. Yes, because it's very clear. An average Yoruba man would prefer to protect his own and destroy other people's own. That is just the truth. So we are there and we saw clearly what happened during Abiola that created this Tinubu we are saying now. To the extent he has to run away. After running away for how many years, he came back under Nedeko. Even at Nedeko, we know the things, how he betrayed the Nedeko.
But these are just allegations.
No, I'm just telling you, it's not a matter of allegation. It's something verifiable. It's something you can listen. When you listen to Pa Aya Adebanjo, what happened during those days, you'll be able to understand, what actually transpired. But we know that Tinubu ran away during the Nedeko. The only thing, he never participated. The only thing is that Tinubu was bringing money, trying to finance Nedeko. But in terms of going to the trenches, you can never see him there. You didn't see, nobody saw him there. And that was how he was able to break the ranks of Afenifere with money. But we are not going to that area, to be honest with you. Nigeria is the only country that sees IPOB as a terrorist organization. That one, is it justifiable? I expected Tinubu to, at a point, show some high level of understanding on issues centered on the activities of Fulanis in Nigeria, the activities of extreme marginalization of the Igbo people, the activities of government deficiency in terms of providing infrastructure in the entire eastern part of the country. The East, the Igbos, even the Northerners are saying it. You saw what Gaduje said some time ago, that for Igbos to overcome marginalization,
APC.
what are you talking about? This is a very clear thing. That means they know that this thing is true. And people who has been pushed to the wall and said, since it has gone to this extent, we don't want to be part of the system. Anybody that is saying IPOB, Simon Ekpa, Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist, them too, they are terrorists. Because without their activities, there wouldn't have been something like terrorism they are being accused of. They cannot be terrorists. Thank you, Kitakule, for correcting me. That is the truth. They bred it. And they turn back and say, let Finland jail and kill Simonipa so that Tinubu will be happy. I said, that's what he wanted. And so that he'll be happy. And we don't want a situation where anybody in Southwest will start raising his voice and say, the bandits are everywhere. Nobody should fold their hands and allow the bandits to come into their house and slaughter them. So that they will know that, yes, they are good people. Why is the Southwest governors running up and down when it was the intelligence report was published that there are bandits everywhere? Why are they running up and down? Tinubu, we know that he is one of the Arab Yorubas who are playing and trying to make sure that show it clearly without any reservation. This will not be saying he go in Enugu State.
Yes, he wasn't like he was in Enugu State where he declared himself a friend of Peter Mba. And you have seen him, for example, also appointing Bianca Ojukwu, the wife of the great Dimodumego Ojukwu, as a minister. What does that?
Oga, Tinubu has not been able to balance his government the way Obasanjo balanced his government in terms of federal character. Tinubu is Yorubalizing the entire Asu Rock. That he's behaving like Buhari himself. Buhari, go. And there's evidence. There's evidence that what Buhari did, appointing anything Fulani in his government, is the same thing that Tinubu is doing. But Obasanjo came, he broadened, he can't, there's no region. You see why people are irrespective and don't have love for IBB. But it's one of the things that IBB is known for. He never left. Every local government was represented in IBB's government. And that's why they say IBB. But look at what these people that say they are fighting military, look at what they have come up. George Washington of America was sometimes, somehow, charged of treason, treasonable felony. This George Washington of America was not charged of treasonable felony in Nigeria. Bro, let us forget all these things and make it look as if, this is a big one. What are you going to achieve with it? The fact remains that what the Finnish ambassador to Nigeria, a woman, I can remember her name, either Sisi or something, I can't figure her name because, I was trying to, take a proper rundown on this. And I discovered that that woman might have come. See, Nigerian factor has already placed on that woman. You saw what the chief of defense staff, CD or whatever, was saying that the absence of Simon Abba has brought peace in the eastern part of the country. Is there any peace in the eastern part of the country now? Are the Fulanis not killing people in the east? Have they been able to? Bros, leave all these things. But what we're saying is, at this point, let Simon Abba face the court process in Finland. If he dies there, so be it. If he survives, so be it. Because it has gotten to a point that it has become purely a suicide mission. Simon Abba never carried gun against anybody. President Kano never used gun against anybody. IPOB is regarded and seen as what Muhammad Gandhi of India. Non-violent approach recognized by that's why they are running. They say IPOB tag terrorists. US say na lie. United Nations say na lie. UK say na lie. What are world leaders? Don't you Yoruba and Hausa people say na terrorists? Plus, there's tribalism. We have to accept it. That's the truth. The only one that said they be terrorists. But in the course of IPOB activities, to be honest, I've never seen Nnamdi Kanu posing like Asari Dokubo. Even in the video, I've never seen, unless if you have seen. If you have seen, it's okay. But we must understand that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is creating more division, is fragmenting Nigeria the more with this kind of statements. Knowing fully well that the Fulanis are already threatening the entire Nigeria, including the eastern part of the country. And you say that people should fold their arms and watch what is happening in Benue and northeast and northwest, been introduced in the entire southern part of the country. And nobody should say anything. People should not even say, no, 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 no. Do you know what it means to be in a position where you are seeing evil and you say nothing? That is quite devastating. Well, quite understandable that Bola Ahmed Tinubu has opened another angle of reservation against the Igbo nation. But the fact still remains. What is happening in the coastal states of the Republic of Biafra, what is happening in the west, what is happening in the middle belt, what is happening, all will be put on Bola Ahmed Tinubu's table, and posterity will feast on it.
Okay, thank you so much.